Tuning out to Revive Radio. Tuning out to Revive Radio. Tuning out to Revive Radio.
You already know what that means. That means turn your radios up, switch your dials over, because Revive is alive. It's about that time. It's Meet Your Girl P.O.C. Tune in. Let's go. Don't follow, support. Support Revive Radio on all social platforms at Revive_POC. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, including YouTube. Hit us up right now. Looking to enhance your brand awareness? Well, guess what? Revive Radio has created a platform for you, yes you, to spread your brand and your brand's message. Revive Radio offers affordable advertising packages to artists, entrepreneurs, and small businesses. You can find more information about that at reviveisalive.com. And guess what? You can also book POC as your next brand ambassador. Hit us up right now at revive.poc@gmail.com.
This is your girl, Kalai Shireen, best-selling author of He Can Be Faithful and your transformation coach. Tune into Revive Radio.
Hey y'all, my name is Tahit Chappelle. I'm the secretary of the Philadelphia Association of Black Journalists and the founder of Color of Cannabis. Tune in to Revive Radio.
Revive is alive. Once again, Revive is alive. I want you guys out there to follow us, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at Revive_POC. And don't forget to subscribe to that Revive newsletter where you can find at reviveisalive.com. Once again, that is reviveisalive.com. Spread the word, spread the message. It's me, your girl P.O.C., host of Revive Radio.
Yo, it's your boy Trey Vando, BDO, straight out of Trenton, New Jersey. You can find me on all platforms musically. And follow me on Instagram at Trey Bando, TRAYBNDO. And you are now tuned in with Revive Radio.
Tuning out to Revive Radio. Tuning out to Revive Radio.
You already know what it is. Your boy Hennessy Kev representing 1122 Multimedia Group. Yo, POC, you know what to play. Put on that Rocky, Fake Bitches Hero, featuring MeWe. We alright. Everything's gonna be alright. 98.5 Uptown, you know what it is. Let's get it.
Got out the dirt, I done been through the mud. Now I'm on drugs, I ain't never get hugs. I was running around with the drug dealer, cause I hated going home here, show up love. I remember days we ain't even had grub. Cups never clean, drink the juice out the jug. Full crack, I could probably be the plug. Came a long way from the ring in the tub. My name got pulled, I ain't even got tugged. Can up a dub, make it rain in the club. Can up a dub, make it rain in the club. I wish I would make it rain in the club.
Walk in the room, shining bright, looking like new money. My sweat, my chain, my wrist, my ring, shining alone. We come from difficult times, that's why we do what we do. All our life we had to grind, that's why we move. Do you ever feel like giving up? Slowing down, speeding up, life gets rough. Tired of love, doing drugs. And not to mention we been flying out California, out of Atlanta, back to Philly, New York City, Delaware, bright side. Things are gonna work out fine.
Tuning out to Revive Radio. Tuning out to Revive Radio.
You are listening to Revive Radio. The views and opinions expressed on Revive Radio does not necessarily reflect ownership, management, and advertisers of Revive Radio.
Welcome to Revive. It's about that time. Welcome to Revive. It's about that time. All I need is one mic. You know what time it is. Open up your ears. You know what time it is. Open up your mind. It's about that time. It's your girl P.O.C. Hey! It's your girl P.O.C. Hey! Proof of consciousness. Proof of consciousness. P.O.C. You know what time Yep to the yip. You already know what time it is, man. It's your girl P.O.C, host of Revive Radio, man. We are back live on Revive is Alive, Revive is Alive, ReviveIsAlive.com. Turn your radios up. Spread the word, spread the message, switch your dials over. You already know each and every time we go live, we got a jam-packed show for you. Go ahead and tell a friend to tell a friend. Revive is the place where you need to be, man. We got my guy Keith on the line, coming straight out of West Philly, man. I heard he holding it down for the west side of the city right now. Yo, Keith, you're live, baby. How you feeling?
I'm feeling awesome, man. I'm feeling good. Everything is great. No complaining. I'm happy to be here. I really appreciate you.
Yes.
Inviting me, man. I know the way we met. I was on the.
I'm excited to tell everybody how we met. You know what I'm saying?
That just lets you know the
exactly.
Is right there. That just lets
yes.
you know. You know what I'm saying? Everything happens for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy to be here, and I truly appreciate your invite, man. It's graciously appreciate.
No doubt, man.
Really dope.
I feel like timing is always divine. You know, time is always divine. Yeah. And I have been excited to tell people, you know, how we met, because I'm excited as I was getting to know you through social media and things like that. I'm like, yo, I cannot really wait to speak to these young men. I didn't even know all of this was, going to happen through that just 10-minute conversation that we met on the street. But yes, man, we actually locked in, I would say this past, Saturday? Was it Saturday? Friday. This past Friday. Yes, this past Friday. And he was going down Chestnut. And I was like, yo, what are they doing? Like, I got to pull over. And then when I first seen him, I was like, yo, be safe. And I was like, that's not enough. Like, I need to pull over and ask them there why. Like, I need to pull over and figure out what's going on. These some young folks out here, this, that really want to make a stance. And I'm like, yo, I need to ask them. This is my generation. I need to know why. I want to even figure out how I can help them in any way, shape, or form. And the only thing that you were asking for out there was respect. I met you in the middle of Chestnut. What was that? 54th and Chestnut or something like that?
Yeah, 55th.
55th and Chestnut, and all you were asking.
The West Gang Park on 55th.
Yes.
Right there.
Yes. And we were waiting. All I was asking, like, yo, what are you out here doing? And you was asking for respect. But before we get into that, I want to probably introduce you. So go ahead and introduce yourself the right way, Keith.
Man, my name is Keith. I'm from West Philly. It's hard to explain what I am, what I do, man. So we just gonna leave it at public figure right now. But I'm an entrepreneur. I own Team Ghostly LLC is the company.
Awesome.
Make Your Presence Felt is the movement, is the brand. And that just speaks for itself. Making your presence felt out here, as you did to me, as you're doing with your platform, as I try to do each and every day. That's what I do as far as on the business side with the entrepreneurship. I offer apparel. I've done events, comedy events and poetry events and stuff like that. I've also had a YouTube series called Breaking Bread.
Awesome.
All produced by my LLC company.
Shout out to the LLCs. Okay.
Yeah, shout out to the LLC. I've also spoken at schools. Some people, they tried to ask me about am I a motivational speaker and stuff like that, because I do a lot of speaking. I do content on Instagram every day, 60 seconds, tune in and I got you. I promise I'm gonna get you through the day. And I just took on a new venture with the music. I just started doing music like a
definitely
month and a half
go get into
ago.
That too.
Yeah, I started doing that a month and a half ago, and that was just another way to spread my messages, spread the light, spread the wisdom, the motivation that I was trying to give. I felt like the 60 seconds wasn't enough. I felt like just being able to speak wasn't enough. I know in our culture we big on music. You know what I'm saying? We music is for everything, every situation, every feeling, every mood that we in. So I wanted to give that, but give us what we needed. You know what I mean? I wanted to make the music that I wanted to hear. So like a month and a half in, the album is but one song done. So I'll be releasing that towards the end of the month. So
we actually gonna hear it tonight, Keith. You know what I'm saying? You already put it over here to me, so I'm gonna do my job and let the people hear it. Just know that.
Dream big.
Yes.
Dream big. That's what I'm telling everybody to do.
Yes.
Dream big, man. So they'll love that. I got a single coming out this Friday on a mixtape hosted by Jadakiss.
I'm excited I'm really excited about that. I just seen you drop that on your social platforms.
Yeah, so just doing a lot, man. I try to just get my hands in a lot of things all to just make my presence felt, and just it's all about the people at the end of the day.
But I want to back up a little bit because we're going to get into all of that, all of what you do. This is definitely your time tonight. But I want to get back into, the actual moment in which I met you, and you were actually on the front lines. You put your boots on the ground and you was putting your money where your mouth is, and you was protesting, in the middle of Chestnut Street. And the only thing that you were asking for that day was respect. So talk to me a little bit about, what actually made you go out and, actually curate that protest, and then how you felt during that protest, and would you say if that protest was a success or not?
But it was definitely a success. Let's just get that out the way. It was a success. I feel like we were heard. You know what I mean? We got our point across, like you said. You already see it was about respect. So, my thing was with the police brutality. And it's not just police brutality. It's it's the way other cultures or other races look at us. Or even racists themselves, or even the media. It's how they look at us. They look at us, and it's no respect there. And I say that because when you see a video of a man with it being kneed to death, you're not gonna do that to someone that you respect. You understand what I'm saying? You don't have to like someone. You don't have to want to be around someone. You don't have to want to talk to someone. But at the end of the day, it's all respect. You know what I mean? I don't want to hurt you. I respect you. I respect your life. I respect that you have a family. I respect that you have a purpose in this world.
That's real.
And all of that. So my thing is, I feel like a lot of times, like, we're not respected. You know what I mean? I work in a predominantly white neighborhood. So, and I deliver mail. So, I'm in the neighborhood. I'm meeting the people. I'm coming across people daily. And, you do come across people that you just like, wow, it's just like, what is that about? And it's like, it's certain ways that they may look at you, or you may say something and speak to them, and they just, the way they shun you, it's just like, wow, it's like no respect. And it's not always necessarily that person's fault, because these are things that are cemented into mindsets generations and generations down. You know what I mean? So when it's like some people are already trained to look at us that way.
They're taught that.
Yeah, exactly. So I try to get people to understand that at the end of the day, we just want respect. You know what I mean? We want respect at the end of the day. You respect where we come from, respect what we're trying to do in this world, respect the struggles that we go through, respect our life. We human as well. You know what I mean? And then at the same time, I let my brothers and my sisters know, we got to respect each other more at the same time.
So let me ask you this question, Keith. I would say I hear this statement a lot, this phrase a lot, you got to give respect in order to get respect.
Right.
So how do we give respect in order to get respect?
Well, I'll give you an example. A lot of times, like, okay, let's just say as men, we may look at a woman that may dress a certain way, may act a certain way, or may talk a certain way, or may not, take care of her kids the right way, or take care of her household the right way. And the first thing we'll say, well, you don't respect you and your own. How you going to expect a man to respect you? You know what I mean? That's something that's we really say that. So to put that aside, I look at it like, okay, if them riots that went on in West Philly, like, that was not respecting our neighborhood. That was not respecting the fact that, somebody tomorrow got to go get some medicine or some groceries or whatever the case is. You know what I mean? Some bread, some eggs. And I feel like we got to respect ourselves more, respect each other more, respect what's ours more, and not worry about too much of another culture or race or people trying to help us or save us. We need to focus on taking care of each other, and then that's when people look at you differently. They take care of each other, or they're pretty loyal to each other. You know what I mean? When you look at a tight group of friends or siblings or whatever, you'll say to them like, yo, they really tight. You know what I mean? They really tight. Like, I respect them. I respect their relationship. I know that, I know that's a loyal person because the way he treat him, and vice versa. So I feel like we got to take care of each other more, take care of what's ours more, be there for each other more. And the respect from elsewhere will come. You know what I mean?
So that's definitely,
that'll come.
I would say that's definitely something that we agreed out there on Chestnut Street as well, is that it starts with us, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So even though we're asking for respect from them, it still has to start with us, as respecting our
Exactly.
individual selves, and then also
Exactly.
respecting ourselves, outside with our brothers and our sisters, no matter if they're blood or not. We still have to respect them in
Exactly.
some type of way, their opinion and, their perspectives as well. So let me
Hmm.
ask you this, when it comes down to getting that respect and, really acknowledging that respect within ourselves, where does that start? How can we, shed light on what we need to be doing individually?
It start right at home in the mirror as soon as you wake up in the morning. That's where it start at. That's where it start at. You know what I mean? You got the same 24 hours in a day as everybody else on this earth. Just be the best version of you that you can be that day.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. We're not worried about tomorrow. We got to take care of today, and just be the best that you can be that day. You know what I mean? The first some of the first thoughts we think in the morning is, oh, I don't feel like it. I
Mm-hmm.
don't feel like doing this. I don't feel like doing that. You know, wake up, like start that morning off like, okay, let's get it. I'm ready to have a good day. I'm ready to do something good. The minute you walk out that door, it's all love. The first
Mm-hmm.
person you see, yo, good morning, what's going on? Have a good one. Be safe.
Mm-hmm.
And that is just like the jump start. You know what I mean? That's the jump start. Everything after that, it just falls in the line. You create that energy of just feeling good, wanting to be good for yourself and to others. And it's a trickle down effect, man. It's a
Mm-hmm.
trickle down effect. Your impact on other people, it all goes around. It all comes around full circle. It starts as soon as you wake up in the morning and look yourself in the mirror.
Definitely. And before I get into my next question, I want to definitely get into the comments and questions here in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to everybody who's tuning in right now. Both ways, you can see
Indeed.
both my face and my beautiful guest face, on
Yes,
Instagram Live
indeed.
at
Yes,
Revive
indeed.
underscore P.O.C. And you can check him out on Instagram at Keys Freeman, which is spelled, just for people who need the spelling, QUISEFREEMAN. And you can check us out also at reviveisalive.com. But the question we have right now says, what formal plan would you create to be in place to develop a better plan to take care of each other? That's actually a good question.
It's a great question. It's a great question. What formal plan? I think it would start in just communities, like like when we got down to 52nd Street and we was talking with some of the officers. um, I was letting them know about, like, okay, we can start right here where we at in West
Mm-hmm.
Philly. You know what I mean? We can start right here where we at, and let that spread into different communities from north to south to southwest, uptown, and all of
Mm-hmm.
that. But you have to get those leaders who want change
Mm-hmm.
have to step up. They have to step up. You know what I mean? And that's what it starts with. You got to
Definitely.
step up. And I actually was challenged to step up, and that's why I was out there marching that day. I called out of work and everything. I was,
Okay.
people
Really
challenged
putting
me
your
to
money where
step
your
up.
mouth is.
I had no choice. I had no choice. I speak for the people. Everything I do for the people. So when the people challenged me to be out there, I made sure I was going to be out there. And it was with a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like it comes down to people stepping up, but the formal plan starts in every little community. You know what I mean? You
Mm-hmm.
got to get a few people that just want to change or want to make a difference, and start right there. Start right there, and then it's like just allow it to spread. Because I know people in North Philly. I know people in South Philly. I know people in Uptown. I know people in South. I know people in all parts of Philly. So it's nothing to get this thing started in every part of Philly if people really want to see change. It's about action. You
Definitely
know what I'm
about
saying? So
action.
that's the formal plan. Just setting up little groups in every little community that we can, and
Mm-hmm.
allowing it to just spread from there.
Agree. And I gotta ask you about this. You know what I mean? Like last Friday, speaking of change, we have some changes, going down to West Philly as far as 52nd Street, and securing, what is left of 52nd Street. And now
Right, right,
all we see is, the National Guard. We see the military sitting on the corner in the middle of the block,
right,
in between the block, different things like that. And it's bothering me, and
right,
as me being a resident of Philadelphia and also being a resident of West Philly, I know for a fact children walk those streets each and every day. You know what I mean?
right,
I know for a fact regular citizens, regular residents have to walk past that to get to their local poppy store. They have to walk past there, just to catch the bus. Some people are literally standing in front of the tankers where the bus stop is located. You know what I mean? And it's like, what we once did not know what was going to be, whatever the new normal was going to be outside of quarantine. And now that Philadelphia is open, and for the first week of Philadelphia, this is what we see on our streets here in the West Philadelphia. We see tankers, we see National Guards, and we see people literally sitting on the corner next to the bus stop with AK-47s. So talk to me a little bit about this, man. What's your thoughts on this?
It's funny you say that because anybody who was with me when we marched can vouch. The first thing we said when we got to that corner of 52nd and Chestnut was, "Why are y'all here?" You know what I mean? Why are y'all here? Why is the National Guard on 52nd and Chestnut? I said, where the vendors at?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I said, I'm looking around. I said, I'm on what we call the deuce right now, and the National Guard is sitting right here. And it was just like, it was amazing. I was in amazement because I knew that they didn't, I knew they wasn't here to like really cause a bunch of harm, but it was the reason.
Fear is harm, though, Keith.
And
fear to me is harm, because in our neighborhoods, yes, I feel like we have been so conducive to physical pain that what we really need to focus on right now is our mental pain, our mental strength, our mental health, our mental well-being, and putting something like that on our corners is doing nothing but heighten, what we see, and take in mentally each and every day. So I do feel like that is still some harm being done.
Yeah, absolutely. When you look at it that way, in the mental aspect, for sure, which is why when I got there, I was just like, why are they here? You know what I mean? It didn't make sense. So I definitely agree with you there. Now, see, my thing is, when I see, I really tried to ignore them every time I see them. They were actually at the Fresh Grocer on Monument Road all week too, and I'm running back and forth there. And, a lot of people, they will run up to them or want to take pictures with them and talk to them. And I just, like, I don't know, I didn't feel that. And it wasn't nothing against them. It was more so against what's going on and the reason on why they were here. You know what I mean? And like you said, that fear factor is definitely real because, I mean, I know in my mental and my mindset, I'm not thinking that, but I know that people who are already scarred like that, that's the first thing they thinking. That's the first thing they thinking is, oh man, y'all better stay in the house. The National Guard out there, and they said they got okay to shoot and all that. So I already know that's how people gonna think. So I was really just trying to not like really get myself wrapped up into that, man. And it's been so much going on between this and, like you said, the COVID thing, and like you said, your mental is really the only thing that you have throughout this whole 2020. It's been all about mental. So I definitely agree with you there. But I just know everybody isn't always there, and that's why I appreciate what you do, and that's why I do what I do to try to change the mindset of these people. It's got to be done.
So before we get into everything else you do, I want to ask you this last question about the protests, right? So when it comes down to protesting, you have a lot of people in our generation as millennials who really truly believe that protesting no longer works. Protesting is no longer the answer. It's no longer the solution. It's not effective, nor is it efficient. And at the same time, you still went out there, you organized a protest, you made it happen, and you had the opportunity of speaking your piece to, politicians as well as police officers that were out there that day. So when it comes down to, speaking on behalf of an organizer of a protester and as well as being a protester, what would you say? Organizer of a protest, I'm sorry.
I definitely still say do it. At the end of the day, all that is based off of what everybody else is saying and what everybody else thinks. If you have a vision of something that's what you want to do and you feel good, do it. Like, just do it. And that was my thing. I took action on it. I wasn't worried about how many people came out. I wasn't worried about how far we was going to walk. I just wanted to do it. I wanted to be heard. I wanted to get out there and take action. I wanted to be seen. I wanted people to know that it is somebody on this side too that's for the people, that's trying to, bring change and be a positive example for people out here. So that was, I wouldn't never say don't do something because, people saying it don't work. No, just still do it, because there was another way to be heard. Now I wasn't going to do it without my bullhorn. So I was looking for my bullhorn for like 2 days. So when I finally got the bullhorn, I said, now we ready to go, because regardless of how many people it is, whether it's just me or 300, like, we gonna be heard because we got this bullhorn, and our message is gonna get across. And where we were going, we made sure that it was gonna be people who needed to hear it. So still make sure you do it. If you want to do it, strategically plan it and get out there and do what you got to do. And it doesn't end after this phase, you know what I mean, with all this going on. It doesn't end there. It does not end there. We still have to be heard. We still have to take stands. We still have to, demonstrate certain things, or have, rallies or meetups or whatever we need to keep things, good where we are in our communities. And like you said, keeping that respect factor intact.
So do you know what's next?
For me, or for just after this, with what's going on?
Well, what's going on? Like, do you have an idea of what's next? Do you have an idea of what we should be doing next? Like, do you have, the answer? Dun dun dun. Everybody's looking for this answer right now.
From my listen, from my view, what's going to happen is more distractions are going to come, which is going to make us forget about what's going on.
Agree.
It's that simple. Just watch out for that. Distractions. The distractions are going to come. I can't tell you what that is. I would have never guessed, a virus like that, and then a race, the race tension going. Like, who would have predicted that all this would happen like that? So I would just say, the distractions are coming. The distractions are coming to put everything that's been going on to rest, to calm everybody down, to put the fire out, which is why I think, like you said, the city is back open and all of that. They opening up this and that state, so they letting people go ahead and get out now and do whatever they've been wanting to do for the last couple months. So don't get distracted. Like I said, it doesn't stop here. It doesn't stop months from now.
Do you know how impossible that is, though, Keith? Because the biggest distraction that we have right now in 2020 is social media, our technical devices, our technology that we have. Like, these are the biggest, distractions that we have right now. But since the past, 4 or 5 months, we've been in our houses doing nothing but being on these devices, from the laptops to the tablets to the cell phones. So I feel like at one point prior to this whole pandemic situation, we were literally forcing the generation Z off of technology. Like, please put the phone down and get back into person-to-person, contact. And then this happened, and it's now we were pushing them as far as education, staying social with their friends and their family, get on these Zoom calls, do this, do that virtually. And now it's like we're confusing them, because we're like, don't do this because now it's a distraction, but you were just telling me to do this because this is how I can educate myself and, probably find a new creative side of me while I'm in quarantine and don't have too much to do. So it's like, really, when it comes down to educating our youth at this time, and that's why I'm really, really interested in speaking with you, because I know you have a voice that a lot of people are listening to, because the people that were out there with you were youth, you know what I mean? So it's like speaking to our youth and educating our youth on what's happening and what's going on. What words would you choose to use?
Man, like, staying focused, man. Like you said, it's hard. I know, with the distractions and the social media, but I guess we're not going to get away from technology and social media. That's the day, right? So I guess work on what it is that you're looking at, what it is that you're listening to, what it is that you constantly watching, or who you following. Because I'm not gonna lie, it's some people that I may talk to, like, personally, but I had to stop following, because if I'm on social media and I'm doing my thing, I'm posting what I need to post, and then I want to scroll a little bit. It's certain things that I cannot have myself looking at, whereas though I know I'm gonna get distracted. I know where I'm gonna just wind up sitting there scrolling for 10 minutes, and I know I got to get up and do something. So I just say try to pay attention to what you're consuming. You know what I mean? Who you're talking to, who you're following, what you're what you're watching, what you're liking, and all of that stuff. That's very important. And I feel like that's another distraction that people that they've kind of put in that social media realm is, giving us things to distract us, to keep us, where we are mentally or whatever the case is. So you got to watch what you're consuming. And that's with social media, TV, books, music, people, all of that. Just be mindful of what you're consuming. And then that'll help. That'll work because it's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen overnight. It takes consistent action, and it just takes the little things to continuously do and stay consistent on that.
Definitely.
And that's how I've tried to stay away from the stuff, because I'm no different. I'll get distracted too from the same old things anybody else would. But that's just been my way of staying away from it.
No doubt. And one of the slogans that I noticed that you always use is "Let's get it," right? And especially in the city of Philadelphia, everyone has the mindset of going to go get it. This is a city of go-getters first and foremost. But then at the same time, this is one of the poorest cities in America at this time. So when it comes down to Philadelphia and the people in Philadelphia, you know what I mean? Like, when it comes down to resources and opportunities, you know what I mean? Like, talk to me about that, about being in Philadelphia, come from your experience about living in Philadelphia.
It's tough. You make it out of Philly, you can make it anywhere, man. That's just that simple. Because I'm not gonna lie, man. It's sad to say, but it's like this thing in Philly is like we in constant competition. We're in constant competition, and if we get somewhere, we don't want this person to come with us or to have certain accesses that we have, because we are in that competition. We don't want them to get where we are or to pass us or whatever. So it's tough, man. You gotta go get it. You can't look for no handouts, no helping hands or anything like that. If you want to go accomplish something, you got a vision, or you want to do a business, you want to do music, whatever the case is, you just have to go do it. You can't wait for anybody else to give you, that hand up or that help that you're looking for, because even the people closest to you, your family and your friends, you know what I mean? Some of those people are that you expect to help or to support or to make you feel good about what you're doing. It's not going to be there. You know what I mean? It's not going to be there. And that's why every morning I say, man, let's get it. Because it doesn't matter what the situation is or who with you. You got to go get whatever you got to go get to make it happen and to make progress on what you're trying to accomplish. So in Philly, it's tough. If you can make it out of here, you can make it anywhere. It's no handouts. It's no help. Some people know certain people, whatever, and then they connect and that happens and stuff like that. But I don't know. I've been a real independent person all my life, so it's like it hasn't changed. I allow connections, relationships, opportunities. I allow them to naturally come. You know what I mean? I just put the work in. I just do what I know that I have to do and taking the action, and just allow everything else to work itself out, because it's all in God's hands at the end of the day.
No doubt.
Take the action.
No doubt. And I agree with what his name is, or her name, I apologize, is above personal one standards. I definitely agree. It's there. It just need to sit down and have that open conversation. I definitely agree. Communication is everything. It definitely will be the key to making sure, everybody knows that everyone has a part to play, and it's always collaboration over competition. That's something that I'm always preaching. But in the city of Philadelphia, we also just had a recent election on June 2nd, and especially when it comes down to millennials and a lot of first time voters, we were really standoffish about this early election. We wasn't really feeling it. I'm even myself, I'm going to admit it, I wasn't really feeling it, especially with everything that's going on. So talk to me a little bit about it from your perspective, when you think, or just when it comes down to Philadelphia voting, you know what I mean? Philadelphia elections.
It's tough for me because, like, with politics, I'm a real observant person, right? I listen to a lot of what people say, you know what I mean, when they're talking with, I'm just very observant. So through all my life of paying attention and watching a lot of, politicians and, especially in my city, I don't know, nothing, not much resonates with me. I feel like a lot of things are done that are just too much to try to decipher between, is this true and genuine, or is this just about politics? You know what I mean? I'm not a real political person. Even, when when doing interviews or just being out in public, I may not always be politically correct. You know what I mean? So, a lot of times the politics they may I'm not gonna say rub me the wrong way, but they confuse me, and I don't like being confused. You know what I mean? I don't. I
You're
sometimes
not
I
the only
can't
one.
really. Yeah, like I can't catch on to, is this genuine? Are you really about this, or are you really about that? So, I try to just I try to do my best to see who has the best intentions for us and where I'm at, and I just go off that. My dad is more into politics, so I may pick his brain a little bit about some people and see what's going on, but um I never really get my heart tied up or too caught up with some of these politicians, man. It's scary. It's scary.
But with your platform though, right? Like, and
Mm,
I understand that, but it's like once we step out there and we become these public figures, as you stated, you
hmm
know what I mean? We
Right.
have the responsibility, and then we also have to hold ourselves accountable for making sure that
Absolutely.
whatever comes out our mouth, we can stand by as well.
Yeah.
So when it comes down to advocating, for politicians here in the city of Philadelphia, as well as federal politics, you know what I mean? Like, we
hmm
have to still take a stance in some type of way. So what is your stance, when it comes down to what's happening right now? Because 2020 is an election year.
Right. Well, we already know we need a new president. That's for sure. That's a must. Um, and I'm Democrat, so I pay attention a lot to the Biden thing is also scary because I have a
I
friend of
agree.
mine. I have a friend of mine who's very, very critical of Biden, and he sends me a lot of stuff about him, and it's just I'm like, wow, like, so this is who I'm supposed to be voting
Exactly.
for,
Lesser two
or
evils. It's like we're going back in time, right?
am I supposed to vote for him, or are we supposed to keep him? I don't know, but I definitely yeah, I'm strictly Democrat, so I try to hope that whoever I vote for has the best intention for us. But I know the person who's in office right now is not. That's a proven fact. And Philly right now, I think, you
Well, he
know,
has the best intentions for you as an entrepreneur and a business owner.
yeah, but it's not about me. I said,
That's
us. I
real.
said it's not about me.
Just saying.
Anything I do is never just about me, man. It's about people. So I know for a fact that it's people out here who, what if I wasn't an entrepreneur? You know what I mean? What if I wasn't a business owner? So I got to put myself in other people's shoes. So it's about us. And I know he's not for people.
I
He's
agree with
not
you on
for
that.
people. He
I
may
agree
be
with you
for
on
his
that.
people, but he's not for people. So no, that's not rocking with him at all. But as far as local politicians, I think we pretty fine with where we are. The city has been the city, from all the mayors that I've seen going back to John Street. The city has been the city, man. We're going to have to pick it up at the end of the day. You know what I mean? It's going to take us, the citizens in the communities, to actually pick it up, because I don't really think anything has changed from any of the mayors that I've seen come in the city. You know what I mean? It gets worse and worse and worse. So
Well, today
we
they actually just repealed some of his budget, and I believe it's 14 out of the 17 won't be actually
mhm
voting on the budget that was about to be passed. So it's a lot about to be
mhm
happening as well in the
mhm
city. I know we can talk a little bit more about that as that
mhm
all unfolds. But I got to ask you this question, you know what I mean? As you're, out and about, you're in the public, you're seen, and you're showing up and showing out, but at the same time you want to
mhm.
be ghostly. What is that all about?
Ghostly is about not being seen, not being heard, about people looking over us, and not, and sometimes, like, well, this is my experience, and that's why ghostly came about, was just feeling like people don't see me, don't see what I have to offer, don't see what I can do. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, it was like, okay, well, do what a ghost does and make your presence felt then. You know what I mean? Since people
Mm.
don't see you, so that's where that came from. Low self-esteem, low self-confidence, and just feeling like always being overlooked or overshadowed or not valued. So, like, okay, well, I guess I'm a ghost out here to people, and Okay, I'll do what a ghost does and make my presence felt. I'll make sure people will know me, will hear me, will feel my impact, and it's all in a positive way. Because at the end of the day, I knew what I had to offer, and I know it's people out here that feel just like that. That feel just like that.
So you started a business off of that. So what does your business actually offer? What do you guys actually do?
I started selling apparel because, like how you asked me about Team Ghostly, people didn't know, like, oh, what's Team Ghostly? What do that mean? And I'm like, all right, how can I really get this across to people? So I started doing the videos. I started doing the videos every day just to, like give do more branding or give more of a message about what all this is about and what I'm doing. So every day I was just giving, messages on different everyday life circumstances. But, every video started the same about making your presence felt and having a positive impact on somebody's day. And then, I'll get into, giving you something for the day. And I was like, okay, well, now I can start putting some of these things that I'm saying on shirts, on hoodies.
That's real.
And next thing you know, I had apparel. So it was like, okay, so now I do apparel and I do the speech and I'm doing these videos. And that's pretty much where it started. And everything else just started to just be like add-ons, just like ideas I wanted to do.
So when it comes down to Team Ghostly, when did you actually get started? Are you still by yourself? Do you have a team?
Oh yeah, we got a team now.
Okay.
We got a team now.
Shout out to the
I've been by
squad.
myself for the last 3 years.
Congratulations.
For the last 3 years, I've been doing all this by myself.
Shout out to your third year. Congratulations.
I appreciate it. I really do, because it's like, and a lot of people they commend me, they applaud me for my consistency and just keep going because they see it. You know what I mean? I'm showing up every day for the last 3 years, and it's like everything that I do, from these videos every day to the content, to the clothing, to hiring camera teams, to having events, everything was all me. Everything was all me. You know what I mean? And that's not to knock any of my friends, any of my family, but they know. They know it's been all me, all on the front line. So actually that March, a longtime friend of mine, Vern, I gotta thank him because he sees what I see, but he also saw that I was by myself. You know what I mean? He also saw that I was by myself, but a friend of mine was also out there with me, Kasim. He's been with me he's been with me the whole time. Meaning, like, whatever action I've needed him to do, he's there for me.
Shout out to
If I need him to play security, he's there. If I need him to hold the sign, he there. If I need him to just take this picture, he there. So him, I got a manager now by the name of Jennifer, who I've known for like a year now. So like we built a team off of that March, man, and it was amazing. Like, just knowing what I've went through doing everything by myself. You know what I mean? So it's crazy. It's crazy you asked me that question.
I had to.
Just now doing that. Yeah.
So when it comes down to, Team Ghostly, what's up next, especially now that the city's back open and we can now start to slowly roll out a little bit of engagements, what's up next for you guys?
Okay, well, we're gonna get back to the apparel through the COVID. I was a little down with the apparel. My vendor was closed, so we getting back to that. We getting back to the apparel.
Where are you located?
No specific location.
Okay.
All on the website. It'll be available on the website, teamghostly.com. That'll be back up this week as well. And we have a Shopify store, so you can order. If you in Philly, I might just pull up and drop it off to you, just because I like that engagement. If not, you.
I apologize about that.
We get it coming out on Friday, on the mixtape hosted by Jadakiss. I also have The Cure, my album that'll be coming out. And we also working with we talking with some politicians and some local leaders about trying to get some events or some rallies done this summer, just to bring some awareness and some action to the change that we all want to see in our city. So we doing the entertainment. At the same time, we got a team now, so people are working on taking action in the community as well. So definitely look out for those things.
That's big. That's big. And that's exactly, you know what I'm saying, what we're looking for. I know for a fact that's what I'm looking for. Because on Thursday, we're actually having an event, and I actually want you to come through. I was going to hit you up and ask you, but
Okay.
now that I got your attention right now, I want you to come through. We're having a conversation entitled The Child Support. We're going to be redefining the way that you can support a child, or how a child even wants to be supported. You know how when we think of the word or the phrase child support, we always attach a financial amount or
How
some
about that?
type of,
Yeah.
some type of financial stigma to this child. But that's exactly what we're doing. We're actually going to redefine that through conversation and actually listening to what the youth have to say. And I want you to be a part of that, as far as helping me to lead that conversation and asking the questions that we need to ask these youth. Do you want to join me on Thursday? That's going
It'll
down
be
as
an honor.
I'm
You
about to
gotta be
say.
kidding me.
Yes,
It'll be an
yes, man.
honor. Let's get it.
I
Let's
need you.
get it.
I
It'll be an
definitely need
honor.
you on this
It'll
end,
be an
because
honor.
we
We
need more
yes
youth
indeed. No
involved
questions
in this,
asked.
no doubt, because we need more youth involved in this conversation, as well as just making sure that we get those right questions. And I
Yeah,
feel
yeah,
like
yeah.
I can do my part, but I also know by you being, on the streets, boots in the ground, you have a little bit more deeper connection of how far you can actually take it with the youth. So I appreciate you wanting to come through. So I wanted to get that out now that I got your attention. But now
Yes
that I got
indeed.
everybody else's attention, we want to get into some new music, man. So when it comes down to this Dream Big, talk to me a little bit about this project. Where did this come from?
So I promise to goodness, man. God talked to me, and he told me to just start doing music, right? So 8 years ago, I used to do a little. I used to go in the studio with a friend of mine. God rest his soul. We used to go in the studio and just not just play around. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Just go in the studio, record songs, but it would be good. It didn't have any substance, didn't have any purpose, but it would be good.
Mm-hmm.
The talent was there. So I see like a month and a half ago, I just had a vision about just how can I further these messages that I'm trying to push and get out there. So I said, you know what, I'll start writing again. I
Okay.
called a few of my my closest people, sent them some old footage or whatever. Kind of got their opinion, like listen, but this is what I want to do. I got a vision now with it. I got a purpose with it. I got things to say now with this.
Mm-hmm.
And some people was like, yeah, go ahead and do it. I'm sorry. So
You're
after
fine.
that, I made a phone call to get some beats from a friend of mine. He threw them to me, for a cheap price. So I got about 6 beats. That Dream Big beat was the first beat that I heard. It was something about it that just gave me that old school feel, that good feel. So I wrote that song in probably like 2 or 3 days.
Awesome.
Wrote that song in probably like 2 or 3 days. Went in the
You
studio,
giving credit,
recorded
or
it.
you on your Drake?
Oh, no, no, no. Yeah, yeah. He got his credit. He got his credit and he got his
Alright.
tag. He got his credit. He got his tags. He knows. So we had a discrepancy about something with the with posting it on iTunes or whatever. But we got that taken care of. So
Awesome.
yeah, yeah. Of course. I tell you, yeah. I make sure everybody get their credit. But the um the song I wrote in like 2 or 3 days. I went recorded it, listened to it, didn't like how I sounded. I
Okay.
said, you know what? We got to record this over. I said, I got it now. Went in there the second day, smashed it. That's how the song came about. Ever since then, every time I go in the studio, it's a new song or two, and it keeps getting better.
Mm.
That one song about dreaming big was just speaking to myself.
Mm-hmm.
I was just telling myself just to keep dreaming big, and every thought, every emotion that I was going through, like I was just that's what's in that song. And it's funny that my mentor is really the only one who picked up on it, because he listens to it so much that he said, yo, like I realized you really just talking about yourself in the song. I said, yeah, like that's it. And I
That's
know that's
big.
what everybody need. That's what people need to hear. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Dream big.
Do you believe that dreams come true? I
Absolutely.
believe that as
Dreams,
well.
visions, you just turn them
Mm-hmm.
into reality. That's
Mm-hmm.
it. You know what I mean? They definitely come true. They
Mm-hmm.
definitely come true. And Dream Big tells you how to make them come true. I promise you.
Definitely. And is this the song that got picked up for what you got going on Friday with Jadakiss?
No, 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 it's not. So that single, I sent to him not knowing that he had this mixtape coming out. So I sent him that single. I was just sending it to people's DM. He my favorite rapper, so I'm like, I'm sending it to him too.
Okay.
So I'm just sending it around.
You sent what single? Dream Big, right?
Dream Big.
Okay, yeah. Okay, all right, back.
Yeah. So I sent that. He liked it. He wanted me to, get on the mixtape that he was hosting, but I wanted to give him a different song. I didn't want to give him Dream Big because, like, Dream Big was straight from me. You know what I mean? I put it on iTunes. I put it on Tidal. I put it on everything else. That was something that was like almost dear to me because it was the first song I did.
So you told Jadakiss no?
No, I wasn't giving it that. I just wanted to. I wanted to keep that one to myself, and I wanted to give something else. So it was a tough decision. Don't get me wrong.
I'm about to say you told Jadakiss no.
But, shout out to Kasim because he said the song that's coming out Friday is gonna be bigger than Dream Big. So
okay,
that's what he said. So we gonna see. We finna find out.
So did you end up working out something else? Were you able to send him a new song, and he was messing with that one as well? He was digging that one too.
Yeah.
So you telling me that you just took a leap of faith and sent a DM to Jadakiss, and he listened to your track, and then from that point on, you made a connection to the point where you're now on a mixtape with Jadakiss.
I told y'all dream big. I told y'all dream big. Believe it, and you tell yourself you're gonna believe it, and that's exactly how it went down. You know what I mean? It's no lie, it's no cap about the whole situation. It's funny because I wasn't really going to talk about the actual how that happened, but that's all that happened. I was flooding people. It's plenty of people who read my DM, top people who, that's all it was. It was seen. I woke up one Saturday morning and he responded and made a little connection from there, and the rest is history.
So let's go ahead and get into it, man. The rest is history. Dream Big. Keith, do you go? What's your name? Your stage name. Is it Keith Freeman or is it just Keith?
Yes, indeed. And it's only Keith Freeman because I'm coming as me, man.
I'm with it.
When I'm spitting, it's me. It's
all right.
I spit what I live. I live what I spit, so it's all me.
Let's get it, man. Keith Freeman coming out of West Philadelphia. Dream Big. Let's go. Turn your radios up.
Yeah, TG. So soulful, man. Check. Yes, indeed. Ah, man, let's get it, y'all. Dream big, baby. Dream big, baby. Yeah. I don't care what the dream is, just dream big. Tell yourself that you gon' do it and believe it. I know the door to success got you feeding. Stay strong and prayed up, you'll achieve it. Never mind what they say, we ain't settling for less. We stand positive, we ain't settling for stress. Mama always told me, baby, only settle for the best. So you know, I can't settle like the rest. Ain't no limit in this lifetime. Just stay in the right mind, stay up on the right grind, and you gon' let your light shine. And when they try to dim it low, always remember though that you the one who choose how far it is you finna go.
I don't care what the dream is, dream big. Tell yourself that you gon' do it and believe it. I don't care what the dream is, dream big. Tell yourself that you gon' do it and believe it.
Believe it. Tell yourself that you gon' do it and believe it, man. We dreaming big. Let's go. We ain't settling for nothing less, man. We getting what we want. Yeah. When the odds are improbable, anything is possible. And that's when you show them that it ain't nothing stopping. We trying to buy a stock or two, try to fix the block or two, and show the youngest in the hood that they can get it poppin' too. Out selling rocks for who? Without blasting blocks at you. Stay in school, start a business, trust me, they'll rock with you. You gotta be confident and know that you're prominent. Kick down the doors, no songs, just be dominant. I know you probably heard this, but you here with a purpose. You got one life to live, so please make it worth it. Now I ain't sitting up here preaching like I'm perfect, but if you want something, don't you think that you deserve it? I don't care what the dream is, dream big. Tell yourself that you gon' do it and believe it. I don't care what the dream is, just dream big. Tell yourself that you gon' do it and believe it. Yes sir, believe it baby. Dream and dream big, man, we not settling. Let's go, get after it, you already know. TG, yeah. Close your eyes and imagine what would really happen if you would stop slacking and started taking action. You probably could blow up even bigger than the Jacksons. Just write you up a plan and break it into fractions. You can't rush the process, it's all about your mindset. Every day is progress, just watch how your time spent. You can say I'm godsend with the knowledge I'm dropping. I came to motivate and help eliminate the nonsense. I get real deep like the draft class of 9-6. And know these gems one day accumulate some profit. Never take a day off, hard work to pay off. Turn this up, it's the playoffs, gotta feel what I say. I don't care what the dream is, dream big. Tell yourself that you gon' do it and believe it. I don't care what the dream is, just dream big. Tell yourself that you gon' do it and believe it. Yeah, man, we dreaming big, we not settling for nothing else, man. I don't care what you going through, what you trying to accomplish, man. Dream and dream big, and we gon' get it.
Okay, Keish, you might got a bang on your hands, man. I love, first and foremost, I love how you broke it down and you talked through it. You know what I mean? Like you gave people also a side of who you are as a person. You know what I mean? Like you giving people a side of who you are, and then you're also telling people, you know, that you're not just a rapper. You know what I mean? You also can help them through whatever they're going through as you are, you know, doing what you're doing with the music. So talk to me a little bit about why you wanted to actually talk through the music as well.
Because I know like that's what people mainly knew me for, was doing my speaking and my videos, and that's cool. Like I love doing that every day. Like I wake up ready to do them.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just like a way of just giving, continuously giving them what I've been giving them before. You know what I'm saying? It's some of my songs, of course I have hooks on them, but like that one, I wanted to make sure that I was after every verse. That break, I want to speak right there.
That's real.
You know what I mean? I didn't even want the hook to go on too long. That's why I was like, dream big, and then I wanted to keep letting you know, like, you know, we got to get it. We going to get it. Keep dreaming big. I wanted to make sure I still give people me. Because at the end of the day, it's hard. I just call myself a rapper. It's very hard because I don't view myself as that, because I don't view it as rapping. I'm still breaking bread. That's all I'm doing. It's still breaking bread. Just little sounds on it, man. That's all.
You had to put your flair on it, man. I appreciate you for actually doing that, because that's actually meeting people where they are. You know what I mean? That's what the people want to listen to. You know, music is a universal language. So if you really want to tap into all people, you really got to meet them where they are. And music is one of the easiest ways to do that. So I actually appreciate you for that. Keith, before I let you go, I got to ask you this question, because you spoke on your mentor. And that's one thing that I am advocating for all youth to want and desires, to actually find a mentor some way, somehow along their journey in life, right? So the fact that you can actually say, like, yo, if it wasn't for my mentor, I wouldn't be able to figure that part out. You know what I mean? So can you just talk to me about the importance of a mentor and how it impacts you every day for the people who are listening?
Well, I'll tell you right now, they're very important. I have two of them.
Awesome.
I have two of them. I have one who's always watching. We may not speak every day. He's always watching. He's probably watching us live, and I can't even tell you who he is. He's always watching, and then I might get a text message or something, or he may drop a comment or something. But he's the first guy who gave me an opportunity to speak in front of kids, to speak about my brand at a radio station. He's always given me light. He's always given me knowledge. He's always been a good example for me.
Awesome.
And he's the one thing that I love about him is he made me feel comfortable with being in entrepreneurship, being able to come speak to kids, being able to be in the public, but still be able to be myself.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying? When I realized that he really accepted me for who I was and value, you know, what I do, that really meant something to me. Now my mentor that I speak to every day is he's much older than me, so you know that's why I consider him my mentor, and he's always giving me, he's always on me, man. He's not a yes man at all. You know what I mean? He's not a yes man at all. He's always challenging me on what I'm doing or what I'm not doing. You know what I mean? And he gives me my credit when credit is due, of course. You know what I mean? But he's one of those people that if you know that you've been slacking or you ain't do something, like he one of those people you don't even tell him or you duck him a little bit, because you know it's going to be a conversation about what's going on, but he keeps me on my toes, and I definitely wouldn't doing this interview with you if it wasn't for him. I'll tell you that right now. Because
I appreciate mentors, man. That's why I had to ask you that question.
We need them. We need them.
My mentor changed my life. I would not be on this air. I would not be behind this mic if it wasn't for my mentor. So that's the reason why I had to ask you, especially with us going into this conversation on Thursday, the child support. I wanted to make sure that everyone knew, a little bit about what we were going to be talking about, and if you even need a mentor, you got to reach out to me or Keith. Well, I'm putting you out there, Keith. My bad. I ain't even asked you. I encourage you to reach out. Yes, man. Keith, tell them how they can find you. Stay locked with everything you got going on.
Marquise Freeman on IG. Like you said, for anybody who needs the spelling, QUISEFREEMAN. Nothing more, nothing less. No underscores, Keith Freeman. Facebook, Marquise Freeman. YouTube channel, Team Ghostly. Check out the song Friday. I'll have a link in my bio, so be ready for that. And I got the cure. The cure is coming. I got the cure. I'm telling y'all. I'm coming to bring change with me and my people. And I'm so glad that I met you. And now I'm about to link up with you Thursday. And it's about I'm just doing
it's going
more.
down, man.
More help, and I love it.
Collaboration over competition, man. This is what it's all about. Keith, I'm looking forward to speaking with you on Thursday.
Don't follow Support Revive Radio on all social platforms at Revive_POC, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, including YouTube. Hit us up right now.